Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
The San Diego Council on Literacy brings you Literacy for All with your host, Jose Cruz.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Jose Cruz from the San Diego Council on Literacy. You're listening to the Literacy for All radio show, and on our show is Christian. Christian, you know what? You and I have only talked a couple of... How do you say your last name? Amacone?
Amacone. Yeah, you got it right.
I did it right. Okay, I didn't take care of that. I struggled with the last guest's name. I don't know if you're listening to the show. I was calling her Marilyn Monroe. Her name is Marilyn Moore. Anyway, I got your name right.
You can call me Marilyn Monroe if you want.
God goodness. Welcome to the show. And thank you for joining us. You're with San Diego Oasis, Christian, and you are the director of intergenerational programs at San Diego Oasis. That's a big job because I know a bit about what you do there, but tell us about your position there and how you came to be at San Diego Oasis.
Of course. Oddly enough, I just started in February, so I'm still really new, and this is a brand new position that they welcomed me into, and I'm just thrilled to be here. So my primary responsibility is creating programs and maintaining programs that connect our elderly citizens to younger citizens, bridging the generational gap and bringing happiness and a better life to both parties whenever they come together. Primarily right now, that is through our tutoring program, where we bring in 50-plus San Diegans into schools so that they can teach kids reading and literacy, kids who are in 1st through 4th grade primarily.
And I want to talk more about that program, but it sounds like you would be doing other things that connect our older citizens with the young people. Do you have any other ideas for making that happen that is not related to literacy and tutoring?
Yes, actually, we're currently working on a grant where we're asking for some funding to encourage mentorship. So what we're going to try to do is get seniors in high school as well as younger people who are at junior college connected to someone who is maybe retired or toward the end of their career and has experiencing a career that the younger person maybe wants to try out. And then they will go into senior homes and help out in whatever way they can. For instance, if the young person is interested in hairstyling, for instance, they'll get connected with someone who's been doing it for a long time. They can go into someone's home who is maybe bedridden or can't leave for another reason, and then help that person, give them a haircut, do some carpentry work, fix some plumbing, something like that, so that we can help differing ages, not just within the reading and literacy portion.
Exciting. Before I go too far, I'll talk to Simone is still there, right? And you work with Jolene Parker? Yeah. Okay, real good. So we were trying to figure out a new name for seniors. No, I said older residents or something like that. Have we figured that one out yet? Because we don't want to call them seniors anymore.
I think we tend to call them older San Diegans. We refer to them by their age group, 50-plus. As long as you do so kindly, then it's okay. And we certainly respect people of all ages, especially within the intergenerational program. We want to welcome everybody.
Very good. And here's the thing. I'm just going to reference some of the things I'd learned, and they talk about during the Great Depression that it was a great time to be an older citizen because you were important in the family. And I think we kind of lost that. And what you're doing is saying, look, there's a lot of talent here, a lot of goodness here, and we have some plans for it. And that's working out pretty good for what do you call the people in your program? Are they clients, customers? What are they?
You mean in just the regular programs that we have? Generally, we refer to them as members.
Okay.
Members or volunteers, depending on what they do.
And of course, you get a lot of feedback from them just on the work that they're doing, and just grateful that we have you in our community. And I know that Sandy Oasis has had to come a long ways. You've been around for a long time, but I'm also familiar the times when there was free rent and such. And you took a really tough situation, and now you're based in the Grossmont Shopping Center, and you have a lot of space, a lot of equipment
there. Mm-hmm.
Right, and you're paying the bills. I know it's not easy, and I know that you can use some funding help, but you guys have come a long ways. I'm just amazed. So congratulations for that.
Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate that. And, we couldn't do it without the help of our community members, our members, and our community partners like you.
Mm-hmm. You got some really good people. So let's talk about the tutoring program. Maybe the curriculum, what you're using for preparing your members to be tutors, and how that's working out.
Absolutely. We have a few lead tutors who run the trainings. And generally what we do is we recruit throughout the school year. And, of course, everything has kind of fallen by the wayside this year because of what's going on.
Yeah,
but this is what happens in a normal year. We recruit throughout the year. And then about once every month or two, we'll have a training for new tutors. They'll come in for a couple days in a row for a few hours each day, and then basically learn how to be a tutor, what their role is, what they can expect, and what we expect from them. And it's a relatively easy training. We have most people who go through it end up being tutors, and we get a lot of really positive feedback.
Very good. And do you have retired teachers in your network of members?
Absolutely, yes. And many of them do end up becoming tutors because obviously you don't retire because you don't like being in the classroom or being around kids. It's just time to stop working full time. So they make some of our best tutors. They understand how a school works. They understand how to talk to teachers. And most importantly, they understand how to communicate with children. Very
good. Very important. Gali, I have a bunch of questions. They're stacking up on each other. But you are based in La Mesa, but you are a countywide organization. Do you have engagement from all parts of San Diego County, and do you have another location?
We do. So for the tutoring program specifically, we're actually in schools all the way up to Temecula and down by the border. So the tutoring program is absolutely everywhere. As far as our classes go for San Diego Oasis specifically that our members can join, we have two primary locations. One is in Grossmont Center, as you mentioned, and the other is in Escondido at the senior center up there. And then we partner with libraries throughout the county where we send folks to do trainings, and people can go, and those classes are generally for free.
Very good. And where does this is a odd time to ask this question, but typically, where would the tutoring take place, and what are you doing now to deal with the isolation that we're all experiencing right now?
Yeah. So tutoring actually takes place in the classroom during the school day. We find that it's preferable to do it there instead of after school because we get access to more kids. Not every kid has after-school care. And the second part of your question was?
Let's see if I can remember. What are you doing? Right in the era of Corona, what adjustments have you had to make?
The whole world is an adjustment right now. So all classes have been suspended completely. Tutoring has been suspended almost completely. And then we have another layer to tutoring, which is our book giveaway. So for our tutoring, I'll talk about that first. We actually have a couple tutors who are online with their students who are doing tutoring via Zoom or another video app. And that's going really well for the students that we've been able to contact. But as you know, that's difficult. So we're trying to figure out a way, we're actually strategizing now, how in the next couple months we can get in touch with more students, with more families who might benefit from just a little bit more personal one-on-one contact with another adult, especially in regards to reading. As far as our classes go, we've made huge strides there. So we're all staff, myself included, are now working from home. Our facilities are completely shut down, libraries included, as we all know. So what we've been doing is holding classes also via Zoom. some of which are free. We have free classes throughout the week. Yes, it's been fantastic. We just had, I'll tell you about one class that was really popular that I just hosted today, was with a Disney historian, and he talked about the history of the earliest animatronics. Fascinating. We had 80 people from throughout the country. Literally, we had folks from Washington, D.C., from everywhere in California, join us and learn more about this truly fascinating topic. People are just looking for something to fill their brains and fill their time, and we're trying to do that as best we can.
Oh, yeah, and the parents need a break, too, so it's good to get another adult in there and kind of break things up. So can you tell me what animatronics is? We'll come back to that. We're going to, I'm sorry, Christian, I'm breaking things up a little bit here. I'm going to ask you about a definition of a term. We're going to come back to that. But we're about ready to go to break, and so we're going to come back with the second session. We've been talking to Christian Amicone. She is with San Diego Oasis. She's a director of intergenerational programs. And how can people get a hold of you, Christian, before we go to break?
Absolutely. So going to our website is the best way. It's SanDiegoOasis.org. SanDiegoOasis.org.
Excellent. So I want to come back in our last segment and just talk about the other things that are taking place at San Diego Oasis, and then you can tell us how people can help with the work that you're doing, because it's very important. And I just wish you had more support, because one day I'm going to be in San Diego Oasis, and I'm going to need some help and just looking to be busy. Anyway, we're with Christian Amicone, and you've been listening to the Literacy for All radio show on WS Radio, the worldwide leader in Internet talk.
I've heard this is like one of the best pizza spots in town.
Yes, it is.
I'll do a slice of pepperoni, slice of vegetarian.
You got it.
And I will pay for all of that in 3 days.
In 3 days?
What's that mean? Well, wait, you accept credit cards. That money's not going to hit your account for 3 days anyway.
I need my money quicker.
At Chase, we hear you. With Express Funding, card payments are in your Chase account the next business day. Go to chase.com/expressfunding. Chase for business, so you can.
Compensated participation. All businesses are subject to credit approval. Not all clients are eligible for next business day funding, and additional terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
Donate cash, furniture, clothes, and other gently used household items to Father Joe's Villages and get a nice tax break in April. Every donation is tax deductible. Believe you can make a difference. Be Father Joe. Go to neighborhood.org or call 1-800-HOMELESS to donate today.
Life is full of misadventures, from car crashes to home fires to getting choked out on the mat. Yes, I said getting choked out, because I'm Carlos Kramer, jiu-jitsu competitor, MMA and media personality, and mild-mannered insurance agent. You can follow my adventures on Kick-Ass Radio, and I can protect you from life's misadventures at Kramer Insurance. Home, auto, life, business, and workers' comp. We're at KramerINS.com, and I want you to join my world.
This is Bill Gruber with BizVid Communications, a Southern California video production leader. We've been honored to sponsor, produce, write, and host many of the fine programs on WS Radio over the years. So we understand how important the Internet and your website exposure are. As video producers, we know the tricks and secrets to incorporate video to increase your search engine optimization and business success. Visit BizVidCommunications.com to see what we can do for you. BIZVID Communications.com.
Too much to do? Not enough time to get it done? Call on the experts at Another 8 Hours for your business support needs. By partnering with Another 8 Hours, we allow you to focus on the more important matters, like being in front of your clients, doing what you do best, rather than being stuck at a desk poring over paperwork, rummaging through emails, returning phone calls, and struggling to get everything done by yourself. Meanwhile, your family and social life are going down the drain. Go to another8hours.com or call 8 more hours. That's 866-734-6877.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
Can you imagine a world without children? A world where children don't play, or dream, or imagine?
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're working every day to find cures for diseases that strike down children, because we can't imagine a world without children. Can you?
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. To learn how you can help, log on to our website, stjude.org.
Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
The San Diego Council on Literacy brings you Literacy for All with your host, Jose Cruz.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Jose Cruz from the San Diego Council on Literacy. You're listening to the Literacy for All radio show on WS Radio. We're talking to Chris Damacone. She is the Director of Intergenerational Programs at San Diego Oasis. At the break, Christian, I was trying to get you to define the word that you use for the subject matter from the speaker from Disney, and I couldn't even pronounce it. So I don't know if you remember that.
Animatronics?
Yeah, what the heck is that?
Sure. So it was interesting. Basically, it's a statue that moves. So if you think moments with President Lincoln, how he moved, or the Tiki Room, or anything like that, it's basically how they started making that machinery and how it continued for the first 20-ish years of its history. It was really interesting.
Very good. Okay, I remember the Tiki Room, too. Let's see. I want to go back to just the real fundamentals of San Diego Oasis, looking at your mission statement, so folks will understand that this is an organization committed to helping seniors address the challenges they face as they age, including feelings of isolation and inactive sedentary behavior caused by major life transitions and losses and changes in health. So there's other things that happen in people's lives. It's not just aging. And so in San Diego, this population is predicted to double, very important, within the next 10 years, with the largest increase in the 60 to 75-year-olds. And then one way you achieve this goal is by keeping seniors healthy and active, by encouraging them to participate in different programs, but in this case, the intergenerational literacy tutoring program. And then the presence of an elder adult in their lives of the children can be inspiring and comforting. It's just so much really good things happening here for the members and for those that they're reaching out to. But tell us, if people really should go out to the Grossmont shopping center, and see the center, and tell us what they would see there, Christian, if they took a tour with you. And you would give them a tour anyway, I know that.
Oh, of course we would. Once we're open again, everyone's welcome. So we actually have two sites at Grossmont Center, one of which is our Learning Center, where you'll find many different classrooms, some, for instance, a small conference room, some are larger sort of theater-style rooms, where we do things like art classes, history lectures, that kind of thing. The other space is primarily for activities. Physical activities. We do folk dance classes, we do yoga, we do Pilates that's made specifically for people who are maybe injured in one way or another, or need some extra benefit for their body. Weightlifting, all that stuff. We really do believe that keeping your mind and your body healthy keeps you living longer and keeps those years more fun, really, and easier to live with.
And I know we're all with, things are going to open up again. And today is April 23rd. It's 2020, and the beaches. I just looked out online. The beaches are starting. There's some guidelines for opening up the beaches and just letting people come back and getting the lifeguards out there. But it's going to be a bit more of a challenge. I'm going to just say this, and you tell me. For San Diego Oasis, because you are working with a population that's vulnerable to corona, more vulnerable than others. So is that going to, and I think the answer is yes, but how are you going to account for getting people back in so that in a way that where they're comfortable and doing the things they were doing before? Is there a plan?
Yeah. The answer is absolutely yes, it will impact us. And it's going to continue impacting us for probably longer than some other nonprofits and other organizations, just because we are working, as you said, with a really vulnerable population. We want to be cognizant of that, and more importantly, we want them healthy. That's our whole point. Yep. So I think the primary thing that we're planning to do, and this is still in the planning stages, so this is going to change and shift as the weeks go on, but what we're planning to do is really keep up with our online programming for a while, and maybe indefinitely. This has been kind of an eye-opening experience for our members and our staff included. We'd gotten requests prior to this to do online classes and just hadn't quite made the jump, and we were still kind of thinking about it. But this forced us to do so. It forced our members to get comfortable with this technology if they're willing to do so. And it's been an extremely positive experience all around, really. We've had some hiccups here and there, but I think that this is really going to help us moving forward. Even if we go back into the office, we can do stuff from the office and people can join us from afar. Not only that, but this gives us access to people who may otherwise not be able to make it to Grossmont Center, may not be able to make it to the Senior Center in Escondido. So this opens up a whole new world for the folks who are maybe bedridden or can't leave their home for another reason.
Very good. I mean, and I've had this same experience. I mean, I wasn't using Zoom before. I didn't know how. I didn't know that my laptop had a camera on it. I didn't know it was this easy, but, there's that first time, and then it's tough. But I've been really impressed just with the older population who, when you say we're having a Zoom meeting, they're there. But people like them and people like me have had to be nudged and forced into, using the technology in a way that we never had before. So there's an upside. You're right, and it sounds like you're taking advantage of that.
Yeah, you have to. And for all of our organizations, especially those of us who are focused on reading and literacy in children, all the kids are at home. We all have to shift. We all have to move and just kind of do what we can for the people that we're trying to help throughout the entire county and country, really.
Yep. So tell us about your book giveaway program, how I know that, we'd like to read to kids, read with kids, actually do a book giveaway with them. I'm going to gather that you're still doing book giveaways, but you're not doing it the way you thought you were going to.
You're exactly right. We are still doing book giveaways, but they have shifted. So instead of having our volunteers and our tutors actually help the kids pick out a series of books, walk them through, you might like this and that, which is always a wonderful experience. We can't do that. So what we're doing is shipping the books directly to schools and working with the school to let the kids know who's giving these books to them, and expanding their at-home library. They're spending so much more time at home this year than they have in years past. We, as I'm sure you are really concerned about that summer slide phenomenon this year, that it might be worse than it has been in years past, and it always impacts lower-income kids. So we're doing what we can to just bolster that and give them some stuff that they can have at home.
So the kids are showing up at school. We know schools are closed, but they're showing up for breakfast, lunch, food giveaways. Is that how you're accessing them?
Exactly. So we're going to the lunch giveaway sites, or we're going when a school has something like they give away educational packets, the materials. So we might do that too. Combine it with the materials that the kids or the families would come and pick up anyway.
It's just been really interesting, over the last few weeks to see how programs like yours are adjusting and not letting things get in their way. Where yes, you don't do the things you did on site, but you're still looking at at how you can communicate with your members and how you can deliver to the kids. We have to do that. So really appreciate San Diego Oasis for what it's doing, and you for your work, and all the hardworking people at San Diego Oasis, whether they're the volunteers or the members, whatever the case is. It's just a good thing to have you in the community, and I'm really hoping that more people catch on and support the work that you're doing, because it's golden, and there's a great return on investment. It's just priceless. So thank you for your work. Do you have any last words for us before? Wade, can you tell me, are we down to about a minute?
Of course. So I would like to just let everyone know that we are having a matching grant right now. 2 of our board members made a matching grant possible up to $25,000. We have 2 weeks left in the campaign, and we are really hoping that San Diego can rally behind us and get us to that match point, so they can go to SanDiegoOasis.org to give.
Very good. SanDiegoOasis.org. It's been great to have you, Kristen. We're signing off, and we'll have you back again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Welcome. Thank you for listening to Literacy for All radio show on WS Radio, the worldwide leader in
I raised $8,000 to build schools for South African children.
After realizing how many people go hungry in San Diego, I now volunteer at a food pantry.
I'm spending the next year doing volunteer projects across 3 countries and helping in ways they designate to be the most helpful.
The World Link program at the Joan B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice recognizes the potential of youth as agents of social change. Learn how you can help youth become a generation of leaders in action at peace.sandiego.edu.
In the military, things can change in an instant. Your personal life is just the same. Just like you protect our country, you want your family protected. That's why thousands of military members trust Navy Mutual Life Insurance. Navy Mutual is nonprofit, providing current and former Navy, Marine, and Coast Guard families with life insurance, no sales fees, and no military service restrictions. Protecting members on active duty and beyond. Call 1-800-628-6011. 800-628-6011. NavyMutual.org. Insuring those who serve.
Nowadays, internet devices are an integral part of your home. Everyone in your family has a smartphone, tablet, or a computer. Life is easier knowing that all your devices are secured and your family can surf the internet carefree. ESET Multi-Device Security Pack does just that. One license for all your devices. With ESET, it's simple to stay protected and save money. Enjoy safer technology with ESET Multi-Device Security Pack at ESET.com. That's ESET.com.
I've heard this is like one of the best pizza spots in town.
Yes, it is.
I'll do a slice of pepperoni, slice of vegetarian.
You got it.
And I will pay for all of that in 3 days.
In 3 days?
What's that mean? Well, wait, you accept credit cards. That money's not going to hit your account for 3 days anyway.
I need my money quicker.
At Chase, we hear you. With Express Funding, card payments are in your Chase account the next business day. Go to chase.com/expressfunding. Chase for business, so you can.
Compensated participation. All businesses are subject to credit approval. Not all clients are eligible for next business day funding, and additional terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
Tired of presentations with no impact, no inspiration, and no traction? Do dull speakers have you and your team disengaged and distracted by smartphones? Christopher McAuliffe brings energy, insights, and 2 decades of experience, delivered with punch, humor, and heart. Your team will leave energized, uplifted, and with a sense of purpose. Visit ChristopherMcAuliffe.com to bring some heat to your next speaking engagement. McAuliffe. ChristopherMcAuliffe.com.
Hey, it's Catherine from Listen Local Radio. Moe's Guitars has proudly served the San Diego music community since 1975. Specializing in guitars, basses, mandolins, banjos, and ukuleles, they buy, sell, trade, and consign. If you're looking for lessons, repairs, accessories, and cool gear, you found the right place. Located in downtown La Mesa Village, stop by and check out their digs or visit moesguitars.com or their Facebook page. MOZEguitars.com, 619-698-1185.